Previously on Metaphiles.
I don't know. I feel like there's a deeper factor at play here.
Your Honor, I will now play one entire episode of Metaphiles.
We're on thin ice.
The house always wins.
It's not looking good. Listen, motherfucker.
I have some chance to decide my own fate.
I'm all in.
I'm all in too. We're just gonna do this, and we're gonna do it until one of us loses. Fly out to the desert, hole up somewhere, wait for the heat to die down.
Get the mayor on the line, and then you'll no longer have a podcast at all.
Sir, the bombs are on their way. There's an alien invasion going on? Yeah. Murder. How you do?
He's dying! God, what? Some fucking nut job. President of the United States. They both come to the same conclusion.
Seems like something very bad is gonna happen.
The horror.
Congratulations on saving the Queen.
Guns. We need to stop Chernobyl.
It's over between us. This is the
Hey folks, welcome back to Metaphiles. I am your guest, Michael Sadler, and this week's hosts are Zac Caffrey and Jason Ford. This is the show that talks to you. No, wait, it's the
podcast.
Oh, this is the podcast show that talks to you.
And Michael, I'm gonna need you to get it right.
Oh, okay. This is the podcast that talks to you.
What do we think?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
This is the podcast that talks to you.
That was yeah.
I can live with it. So, folks, you might have noticed something a little different this week. We got a new table. And we have a guest. And it's Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael.
Michael, tell the folks at home a little about yourself.
Well, I am this is the 10th episode, is that right?
That's right. We've hit the double digits. Not only have we exceeded the reach of the Canadian podcasters,
Yes.
but we have now achieved something that they could never have, which is to use the number 1 a second time.
That's an achievement, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. It feels great.
So, what else do you do, Michael?
Well, what would you say influences for this podcast are?
Oh, definitely the iPod for me.
For me, Francis Ford Coppola. Yeah.
Certainly.
Are you sad that the iPod is now extinct?
For me, it will never die. And I don't really appreciate this gotcha journalism. So I might need to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to Gallagher off my own show.
What's this week's podcast about? Which was the topic was chosen.
The topic was chosen by our guest,
Yeah.
Michael. I'm saying that correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a soft
where did-
L.
Michael.
Okay.
Our first episode was names, so we just really like to get people know what people's names are if they're our guests.
You're saying it right. You're saying Micah.
Michael. Michael, what's the origin of your name?
It is. You should ask me why I picked this week's topic, so you can cut it out.
No. That's not something we do on this show.
What do you... Why?
Why did you pick this week's topic, Michael? And this is where it is real. We're talking candy this week. All out.
Okay. I picked the topic because I often eat candy. I have a lot of friends who eat candy. I see people eating candy in public a lot.
How does that make you feel to see them in public eating candy?
Sometimes a little judgy because I don't like the candy they're eating. So,
What's a candy that if you see somebody eating it in public, you think that person is fucked up?
Skittles.
Wow.
Right.
Is it because
I feel like they've just they've like given into advertisement.
you are more into more indie candy?
Mm-hmm. I like to go a little off the beaten path for my candy.
Very cool. I thought you were going to say it's because you just cannot help but imagine the sweat and the Skittles.
That's part of it.
And their hand is now stained multiple colors, and they probably lick it.
It's taste the rainbow, not be the rainbow.
Thank you.
Ooh.
And is that a T-shirt?
Yeah.
And are we allowed to have things our guests say be T-shirts? That we, Jay, that we keep all of this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Great T-shirt idea, Michael.
Am I gonna get a cut of that money?
You can get whatever cut of the T-shirt you want. We're gonna
Like
have them in all cuts.
The sleeve.
Boot cut shirt, A-line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tied up.
It's totally up to you.
One where just the belly button's cut out.
Call that one the Skittle cut.
Ugh.
Taste the lint, though.
They call that the lint window.
The lint window.
There's the lint window. There's the things, I don't even almost want to say it. They call them the gutters, and let's just leave it at that. They're located just below the lint window.
If you're real savvy, you could take a peek at the gutters.
If they're leaning forward, and the lint window is.
The Three Musketeer gutters?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's just go straight to that one because I know for sure it's not on any of my other notes. Three Musketeers.
Fuck that fucking candy,
No.
man.
I'd eat one, but I'm not reaching for
Never
one.
gonna be psyched about it.
Won't reach for it if somebody's gonna
Somebody has to hand feed me.
helicopter it into my mouth.
Yeah, it's the only delivery system.
Because when you're nougating, you gotta really thin slice.
Or go full zero bar. That's the alternative for me.
That's only nougat.
It's nougat.
Nougat and no other stuff.
That's
That's perverse.
I don't know that I've ever had one, and frankly, yes, I think you are a real sicko right now.
I like what I like.
Moving on.
So do sickos.
This guy is Ted Nougat. That's the mascot for this week. Michael came up with it. I had to shout that out.
Thank
That's
you.
very
Begrudgingly.
Credit where credit is due.
Well, I Swallow My Pride is along with plenty of M&Ms and whatnot. And candies.
Do you chew the pride first or just swallow it whole?
Well, you want the pride to melt in your mouth, not in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I just swallow it whole.
I love candy, guys. I love it.
If there's anybody who doesn't like candy, they're a sick fuck.
They're a sick fuck and a joke.
Yeah. I don't... I
A
mean,
masochist, maybe.
Maybe.
yeah. I actually am not huge on sweets in general, to be honest. I like more savory stuff. I like real food. But I do like candy. Even then,
Close one.
I like candy. I prefer pie. But
So candy doesn't enter into the real food category for you.
no.
So if you're there, it's like the food pyramid. There's like a secret compartment under that. That's where the candy is.
It's on the secret menu.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why all those explorers went down to Giza, down in them pyramids. Where's the candy
Get that
at?
candy.
Yeah.
Where the zero bar.
Want that old candy?
Where's King Tut's fireballs are down here? I know it.
The heck is this old dead guy? Where's the candy?
Imhotep's got some Skittles down here.
Imhu Twix.
I like them already.
We had a Halloween party, the most recent Halloween that there was, whenever you're listening to this. And I bought such an excess of candy for the party. I will literally not even say how much I spent on Mike because it's a little embarrassing. But it was for a party, but I knew like a lot of this is staying in the house for sure.
You know.
You were thinking of the future.
I was. The house always wins.
You were thinking of All Hallows next day, and All Hallows next day after that, and All Hallows week
Tuesday.
after. Yes.
And I did eat so much of it that I gave myself a stomachache 2 days in a row.
It's a thing your parents warned you about, but
Yeah.
you never knew was real.
Yeah. And I'm in my 30s.
It's never too late.
No, I don't regret it. Those were good 2 days, except for that I did have a big old tummy ache.
Some say there's still candy around here where if you look hard enough.
That's a hard tell.
Heard tell
Heard
of such
tell.
a thing.
When the moon hits the window just right, beam shoots.
By the way, this whole
Well, Reese
time...
Cup can be seen. One ain't got picked at by the rats.
The Reese's Rats.
This whole time, I think almost everything we've set up to this point could be a candy commercial. The King Tut shit, Halloween, Moonlight, Basement Candy.
Yeah. Why, by the way, going back, Three Musketeers. A story about French revolutionary soldiers.
So, yeah, they're like, mercenaries or something. I don't know what the fuck they are.
I don't know either, but
They're the
not.
king's, like, bros or something.
But they're not. Like chocolate and nougat. I don't know.
There were 4 of them, too. I don't get that.
Yeah, that's like us calling this episode of the podcast The Two Podcasters.
Right.
Which maybe we will.
2 for us, and that's it.
So, I'd say we just kind of dip right into something that I pseudo wanted to surprise you boys with.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a little taste test since we all do like candy. This is a non-name brand white chocolate peanut butter cup. And let's get into white chocolate. I'm a fan.
It's the elephant in the room.
I don't give a shit.
Look, I know this is going to sound like hypocrisy because 0 bars are a white chocolate covered nougat bar. But that's the only exception to me.
Switching up his story here.
Yeah, I was, well, first of all, I was envisioning that it was only nougat, not covered in anything.
That was what we...
So that's
It was
big,
just nougat? How do you even
big
contain
lie.
the nougat?
Well, that is what we
That's why-
asked
that's
you
what-
and what you assured us was true.
Oh,
and
I
now
don't
it comes
think
out.
That I think if you rewatch this episode, that I'll be exonerated.
I think what might actually happen is I might play a clip of where you earlier said the wrong thing.
You can try.
Let's play that clip right now.
That's only nougat?
It's nougat.
Nougat and no other stuff. And no other stuff.
That's yeah. And as you can
And we're
see,
back
I
and-
was right.
And we have black eyes. And like, so anyway, the 0 bars are good. And
Look, I having not had one of these blank white chocolate peanut butter things.
yes,
I will go into it with an open mind.
I appreciate that.
I don't. If you handed me a bar of white chocolate, wouldn't eat it. Wouldn't eat it. But because the peanut butter's there, I'll
And
give it its
because-
day in court.
This is a brand that I would say we trust. In
Yeah,
general.
that smush
black
thing.
black bar candies.
Yeah.
Does not
I've eaten
usually-
quite a lot of them, and I genuinely,
Yeah.
most of the time, like what they put out.
Yeah.
I'm
Jay,
pretty indifferent to white chocolate.
pretty indifferent. This
I
is
prefer
great.
regular chocolate over white chocolate.
What about
but-
milk to dark?
Good question.
Oh, dark.
I like dark too, honestly.
I like dark more, but it's almost like, do you want to eat a potato chip or a potato?
Huh.
Like milk chocolate is just, you just pop it in and it's like, doesn't really require a lot of mental.
You don't have to
Effort.
bake it.
I feel like
and cover
your-
in butter and sour
Your
cream.
metaphor is a little off, but
Yeah, I know.
Because the potatoes are not made of
because
chocolate.
nobody eats that.
What, a potato?
Just a raw potato?
baked potato.
Oh, well.
Still a little tenuous in my opinion. I side with Michael on this one.
Oof, folks,
Yeah.
hit me up. Was my metaphor bad? Are these two the two podcasts?
Sound off in the comments section if you should get replaced by these two dark chocolate boys. Which, I don't think that should be the name of the podcast.
Dark chocolate
No.
boys.
I mean, it shouldn't. I know I'm not on the podcast, but just, as a fan, it shouldn't.
Out, am I?
So, neutral, generally anti, generally pro, white chocolate. Wildly pro the peanut butter cup.
Yes. Very much one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'd say top 3
I absolutely
in the
agree.
candy department.
I would put it top 2, maybe even top half.
Wow, you're splitting it into
Yeah,
fractions.
one half of one.
Yeah,
And then bite the head off of a gummy bear and put them both away. I think it is tied for 2, or it's not tied for 2. I don't want to just decide either the peanut butter cup or the gummy worm. Those are 1 and 2, and I can't. I just can't.
I feel like those are top 2. Peanut butter cup, maybe peanut butter cup maybe has the lead on the gummy bear and / worm.
Fuck a gummy bear.
Which okay, all right.
What? Fucking
As we're-
gummies in general?
No, but I mean top 3.
Worm.
I just
Okay,
don't know.
worm over bear.
I like worm over bear, but it's not a hard and fast rule or anything. I'll take whatever gummy shape you put in front of me. I don't care if it's novelty penis shaped, novelty anus shaped, novelty
Balls shaped.
record shaped, novelty.
And it really plays.
It really does play. I'll
Like the
still
theme
eat
song of the gummy brand.
it, which I do believe was a cartoon at some point. Wasn't there a cartoon that was just gummy bears running around in like a Smurfs-like scenario?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
All right,
But what's the
fellas.
plot? It's like they're also just going to get eaten?
Probably.
Because the Smurfs were they were in danger of being eaten, right?
Yeah, by
Gargamel?
like a bat guy or something.
His name was Gargamel. He wasn't a bat guy.
A bat guy?
Yeah.
Put some
You said
respect
bad
on his
guy?
name.
Well, he was a bad guy. if
He wasn't
you're
a
smart.
Batman.
He wasn't Batman. He was a
He was-
bat guy.
Was he?
I
I think he's just a guy. Gargamel.
He was just some dude.
Yeah, just some guy named Gargamel, which is a pretty unfortunate name.
Yeah. You could go by Mel.
Right. Or Garg.
For
short.
Friends call me Garg.
I would like to be named Garg.
Garg
So you couldn't have a cartoon where somebody was a bad guy for wanting to eat gummy bears, though, because you're rooting for the gummy bears. So they would be not promoting that people eat gummy bears, which would be the exact opposite of what I assume they're trying to do.
So you think Big Gummy was behind the whole thing?
I think Big Gummy was absolutely behind a gummy bears cartoon. Who else would have the motive?
True.
All right.
Cheers.
Let's try them. Yeah, cheers. And if you're at home, pause the episode, go get one. Let's all do this together. Let's just chew for 2 minutes straight without saying anything.
It tastes barely different
I
from a
agree.
regular Reese's.
I agree. I can hardly even notice.
Yeah. I think it's a aesthetic thing choice mostly.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little duped. No, I got it. I got it that time.
Nonsense. This thing is like eating just the peanut butter. There's no chocolate to it.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just peanut butter. It's like it doesn't like achieve being a cup with just peanut butter.
Yeah.
It's just
Are
a
we
vessel
feeling?
for the peanut butter?
Are we feeling like they hedged their bets, and the peanut butter to choco ratio is off from what it normally would be? It didn't look like it.
I don't
but
think so. It just
Is it just
tasteless.
that white chocolate flavor is too subtle to compete?
I didn't taste white chocolate, so
When I took
I
a
guess
bite
if I
off
was-
the edge just of the white chocolate, it definitely was white chocolate, but you couldn't taste it when melted with the peanut butter at all.
it wasn't offensive, but it was bullshit to me.
It wasn't offensive, but it was bullshit.
We could send a sample off to 23andMe.
Let's figure out what the origins of this is.
Yeah, and if Genghis Khan is in there at all. Yeah,
Which he certainly is.
definitely. There's a piece of him in every Reese.
Every candy.
Are we? Are any of us people who, when someone calls it Reese's Pieces, you balk? You
Not at
balk.
all, because I happen to half the time I'm saying that.
Yeah, I
just
say it
because
almost every time.
It's just something that slips out. It's a childhood thing. Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
It's fun
I mean, that's how they say it themselves
I think people
do?
who would go,
at the factory.
I don't think so.
at the factory.
I think people who would lean in and go, it's Reese's Pieces, they're unhappy.
Yeah, there's zero fun.
They're unhappy in life.
Yeah.
Unhappy sized, not fun sized.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the unhappy sized candy bar?
Car sized Reese's Pieces.
It's like there's no way you're gonna eat it before it goes bad.
This is such a downer.
It's just gonna ruin your garage.
It's only waste. You keep it in the garage, this thing?
We're always supposed to keep a car.
Oh, it's car sized.
Yeah.
I guess that isn't fun.
It's fun for a bit.
It's fun for like the first couple of days.
Yeah, but like I don't even realize
What's the temperature like in the garage?
Through the whole dashboard.
No.
You want it to melt in your mouth.
You
not
couldn't
your
eat
garage.
one of the tires.
You started with the exterior. I would sit in
Well,
the car and start with the steering wheel.
the steering wheel. Yeah.
And then
I
from
feel like
there
that's the
just
logical
go
place to
straight
start.
forward into your speedometer and whatnot.
I don't even make it to the steering wheel.
Not in one day.
Day 2 maybe.
Yeah.
Can you drive this thing?
No.
Because that would help. If I could like take it on the road, and the novelty of being able to drive and eat Reese's, nondescript, non-branded car.
Well, we can talk about
Oh,
the
okay.
candy of Reese's now.
Oh, okay.
I just I wanted you to feel free to be honest.
Oh,
Jay and I
without
are
knowing
not scared of lawsuits. That's
Oh,
well
good.
established, but I can't rope you into that.
I can still be afraid of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are allowed to be afraid of whatever you want on this show, except ideally microphones.
That would be unfortunate, like, as a guest,
Yeah,
to have a guest on that who.
And so, when I really decided to get into acting,
Good.
You tell me this was going to be here. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about driving it around that makes me want to eat more of it. I don't really know what that is.
I feel like what's really going to be happening is that you're, like a Gusher, famous candy.
Uh-huh.
At every certain couple bites, you're just getting a mouthful of gasoline and brake fluid. And
Oh.
Man.
Or, you drive it around and you invite other people to eat on your car. So that it's not as wasteful.
Yeah, I mean, it would make a great Mad Max film.
So instead of Bullet Town, it would be like Nerds Town.
Yeah, and I'm walking through the desert to get to that town. For sure. Love nerds.
Yeah, the whole
Nerd
experience.
slap.
The little
Nerds
rattle.
too slap. Yeah,
The little nerd guy.
he's great.
Yeah.
Where's his cartoon? Maybe we'll get to it in a future segment. Because for right now, we will be right back. So,
Excuse me. I believe not.
Well, yeah, I talked to Jay a little bit about this earlier. I feel like,
you two talked?
oh yeah, we talked before the podcast, and I was adamant that my favorite segment on the show, Leia Players, make an appearance.
Leia Plays is your favorite segment?
Yeah. I've seen all the episodes, and that one's that segment of the show is definitely my favorite. And you were kind enough to agree to do a Leia Plays.
Oh, what a hero! Go ahead.
Thank you, Michael.
My
Welcome to
pleasure.
Leia. Excuse me. Welcome to Leia Plays. I think.
Did I say
best-
layer players? Is it?
Um,
Oh, so sorry. So
I
sorry.
don't know if you did or not, and frankly, I hope you did.
Please continue.
I think a great podcast, possibly the best podcast, would be feeding politicians the most candy they could eat. The president, the heads of states, or whatever else. They don't have to say anything. They just have to eat as much candy as they can eat until they throw up, and show it to the voters.
7 bags of Sour Patch Kids. The big ones. Huge bags.
So instead of Mark Maron asking about Obama's past, he's just like,
Eat these
eat more of these Snickers.
Yeah.
Eat them.
Well, I've had several already, Mark, and I really did want to talk about the Affordable Care Act, but oh, okay. Whoa, what's that? Obama is also scared of microphones.
It would be called Democ Candy, like instead of democracy.
Demar Candy.
That'd be a good episode.
Stand
Thank
up
you
for democracy.
Our democracy is in danger. Everybody eat Skittles.
All right, well, look, I had been warming to Leia Plays of late, but I don't care for this at all, and I will say that people do not like eating on mic. So a podcast where people are eating candy on the podcast, nobody will like that.
So no one's going to like this episode.
That is different. That was
That's
a science
different.
experiment.
I don't think that what Jay's suggesting is that far off from a scientific. It's a political science experiment.
Pulsi. Yeah.
Mm.
You just.
I think you
probably
can
go to
learn a
college
lot.
and come back and then talk to us about that.
You can learn a lot about your candidate by watching him gorge himself on candy.
Mm-hmm. Does he eat the nerds from the box, or does he pour them in his hand?
Ugh,
And then
Who does that?
I think we
Maybe,
know which way to vote if we see
Yeah.
you know, you're coming around.
I am a little bit, yeah. Also, when politicians are having dinner, do they say like, no pop culture talk at the table, only politics and religion?
Sounds like a person that doesn't like to eat candy to me, but
I'm just trying to turn this back into Metaphiles.
Thank you for listening to Leia Plays. Thank you, Michael, for endorsing the clearly better podcast.
yeah.
Do you want to say we'll be right back? Because for me that would be nice, because it would mean the Leia Plays is over. So I'd be happy to allow that.
Okay. I love Leia Plays. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back, and I said it.
And we're back.
Yes, we are. And
Sweet to be here.
boy, that peanut butter cup got me just zooming out. I'm freaking out. Wowie zowie.
That's the one.
I just love science.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool way to live.
Yeah. Very cool.
Watched a lot of How It's Made.
I do like to know how it's made. Yeah. But then at a certain point you're watching that show and it's like, oh, well, how it's made is somebody goes like this and then it goes down
Well, I
one
like
tube
the-
and then it goes down a second tube and they put this part on and then it goes down a third tube.
It just gives
It's
it,
comforting.
It raises more questions than gives me answers.
In a way.
That's why I like the prequel show how what it's made of was made.
Where you see the factory where they make the steel that makes the factory that makes
Yeah.
a
It's
garden hose.
Is that show still hosted by what's his name? Double Dare guy?
Oh, I don't know. Because I didn't know who that guy was until after I was watching.
What's his name?
Boy.
Something Keebler?
Mark Keebler Dare.
Yeah.
MKD.
Yeah. The second, because he's double.
Yeah.
Well, it's just
His father hosted the show Dare.
Right.
tragic how he went, you know?
And his father also hosted the show Made.
Yeah.
So they didn't tell you how, it just got made.
It's made. Yeah, it just showed you things that are made. So
Already.
just sitting on a shelf.
Casting director.
Mm.
Wow.
It is sad how Mark Keebler Dare the second died.
Yeah.
Did somebody dare him to do something?
Dared him to eat 50 Keebler cookies. And he done.
Human body. So
Meant
this is science. The human body can't withstand
make
50 of those cookies.
I'm getting so
It
jazzed
says-
off this science chat.
It says right there in the package.
Don't eat 50 of
Small
these.
print.
50 of these.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool Hand Luke could have done it.
Cool Hand Luke could have done it.
Marlon Brando
he
could
he
have
could
done it
eat
more.
50 of anything. That
Marlon
was-
Brando did do it more.
Yeah, he actually probably fucking did.
He hated like packaging warnings. He just did. He couldn't.
Didn't respect
He was a rebel without a
Yeah.
cause.
He was a method eater as well as method actor.
Mm.
We are going to get to Can Candy Be Lethal, but not for a bit.
Oh.
Not quite yet. But in this segment, we are going to talk about candy and the world.
Okay. Could I start this one?
Please.
I had a question about that. So you guys know that song that's like, I smell sex and candy. Yeah.
I know it well.
Yes. So
Except he
okay.
does not say yeah. He says he smells it here.
Here. Oh. They sound alike. Anyway. So we're all familiar, the gents that we are, of what sex smells like, I think. You ever just smell some sex?
Sure.
You're like, yeah, that's what that smells like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in that song, what candy is he smelling?
I thought you were going to ask, like, what candy smells the closest to sex.
I thought you were
So
going to just
good
ask,
question.
what does candy smell
Yeah, I
like?
mean, that's where I was going with it. I don't know that like candy has a particular smell.
Yes, it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Like, which candy?
If I had a bunch of different candies and I had you close your eyes, you would know what each one of them was by smell.
We could have done that, but we ate it.
Yeah, I guess okay. I've smelled a Reese's before.
You would know what gummy smelled like if it was in front of you. I would
Okay.
even wager you could smell
So-
Skittles just when the
Yeah,
package is
that's
freshly
true.
open.
All right, so this guy, he smelled it, and then he also smelled all that candy that they were eating,
Yeah.
or before or after sex.
Yeah. And
During, perhaps.
Oh, that's food play. That's what they call that.
speaking of tasting the rainbow.
Ooh.
The rainbow in this case is genitals.
Yeah.
Well, you want the sex to melt in your mouth, not in your hand. I'm just going to keep doing that same joke. And it's going to keep being funny, too.
I think it's going to get even funnier.
Okay, so yeah, I'm a candy after sort of person. You know,
Sure.
smoke one of those candy cigarettes after sex. But that's just me. That's no judgment on anyone who prefers to eat candy in order to get to work themselves into a fervor up to the act of sex,
Sure.
or eat candy for some reason during. You just wrap somebody up in fruit by the foot and eat it.
Ooh,
That's actually kind of hot.
A little bit.
decadent.
Tie a Twizzler in a knot around something.
I would venture as far to say...
BDSMC.
Ooh.
Does the C stand for candy?
Yeah.
I would venture to say that...
Does the D stand for Dem Candies?
Yeah.
I've never had
Does
sex
the
with
B
candy in
stand
the house.
for biting into some candy?
Biting them candies.
Jay, can I cut you off
Biting
one
them.
more time?
Biting... No, I'm not... let's see
Biting
if you
them
can-
some of them candies.
See if you can...
Does the S stand for Skittles?
Biting them Skittles. M candy.
Hot.
I'm into BDSM. See,
Biting them Skittles candy.
What's the M stand for?
Biting them Skittles.
Them.
Malt
Just
balls.
kind of
candy.
runs into the M.
Yeah.
Okay.
biting them Skittles and candy. Something
Biting
like
them
that.
Skittles, them candy. It's a hot episode.
Well,
I'm
it
really
belongs-
Yeah.
happy to be on
It
this
belongs
one.
Yeah,
in a
it's-
damn new
You
metal
guys usually
song,
don't
so
get
it sounds
this like steamy with
No, this one's Metaphiles Nights, and it's very nice that we did our certainly like our most innocent topic that we could ever choose, and it is
the raunchy episode.
yeah. Well, you are known as the king of raunch.
Yeah.
So
I do love Cool Ranch
Cool
Doritos.
Ranch.
That's not candy, but
Cool Ranch. It ain't candy.
It isn't, and I don't
Damn
think
right
it
it
could
ain't.
be.
Ain't
yeah,
shit
I don't
to
know
you.
if you could combine Ranch with candy.
I don't think you're ever gonna have a Cool Ranch peanut butter cup.
Although I would say I could probably taste the Ranch more than I tasted that white chocolate.
Mm.
If I'm being
We
honest.
talked about ranch or ranch.
At a certain point, both.
Interchangeable.
Yeah.
So, other people in candy.
Yes.
Not just Marcy.
Not just Marcy, not just whoever they were smelling.
Mm-hmm.
The world. And I could take us to some research here. We could talk about
What do you got?
what the world thinks of specific candies specifically. Because I have here a list of the 10 most voted best, the 10 voted worst,
Oh, I like it.
and the 10 most popular based on actual sales of candy
That
from
doesn't mean
I bet they're
October
not the
of
same.
2021.
Yeah, I bet they're different.
Well, also, it doesn't mean they're eating them. They could just buy them and throw them away.
Well, but it does to me say
It's
like
the American way.
there's the best
Buy a
and the
candy
worst.
car and just throw it away.
Drive it into a chocolate river.
I think I stopped
Or a chocolate
working-
ditch, and then you have to get, you know,
Get a chocolate
Okay.
tow truck to
Yeah.
The chalkernator went bad instead of the alternator. I don't know.
Well, I see what the problem here is. It's your whole car,
Twix.
your Twix is made out of Reese's.
your old car's made out of chocolates. What's gone wrong?
See, what you need here is a Heath,
That's gonna run you
plug.
back.
and you got
40
a
bucks.
you got caramel in there.
Yeah.
That's never gonna work.
See, that's all nougat. It's not covered in nothing. That's gonna bear down on the peanut butter filling.
Your fruit by the foot timing belt's done wore out.
Whoa. Too many feet in the fruit by the foot belt. Here. Anyways. Good joke.
Great jokes.
Candy mechanic.
So many great
McCandiac.
jokes.
Candy.
The McCandiac. So I do think it's interesting that I'm just gonna go ahead and say that the most popular list does reflect, in my opinion, what is true.
Okay.
Because if people are voting, they're voting with their brains.
Oh, they're voting with their gut.
They're voting with I want people to think I like this because I know it's what that
Do people get pretentious about that?
I think they get scared.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Those are very similar.
Then with worst, I think they do get pretentious.
Okay.
But then with what people they vote with their heads, but they buy with their wallets.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear it.
All right, you guys want to hear bests first or worsts first?
Let's get the worst out of the way.
Okay. We'll go from 10 to 1. So the 10th voted worst candy, 1 is the one that is the worst.
Yeah.
That's how top 10 lists work.
Sure.
Black licorice. Now I'm going to go ahead and reveal something I was going to be sitting on. Black
You're
licorice,
shitting on black licorice?
and I'm going to go ahead and reveal it right now.
It's just under here. Oh, there's not under there.
Tricked ya.
You could edit in a fart sound. Maybe
Yeah.
I am not going
a
to do that.
uproariously.
A black
gonna-
licorice
I'm gonna
cloud emits from his ass.
I'm going to leave this in, but I'm not going to edit it in the fart sound. Except I might do it now. Black licorice has proven to be fatal. People who eat a package of black licorice daily have been known to develop something called pseudohyperaldosteronism, which can lead to death.
I think if you're going to eat a pack of black licorice every day, you're going to get that anyways. I feel like, right? I think it's a little bit of correlation there.
Coronary relation.
Ooh.
I'm not one of the regular people. I like black licorice. I get that it's a maligned candy, by and large.
Much maligned.
But I'm not gonna eat a fucking pack a day of this stuff.
Well, listen, please don't for your health.
Yeah.
Because black licorice, only the 10th worst candy, has committed murder and should be in jail.
I got a pack a day habit. Man, you should really lay off. Those things will kill you. Who thought? Who knew?
I started when I was a teenager, just look cool. Yeah.
Remember seeing those kids who
saw the ska kids eating black
They
licorice.
would be leaning back against the side of the high school, popping in black licorice,
Whoa, cool.
playing their saxophone.
There's this black licorice gum that I actually like a lot, called Blackjack.
I could almost see it
Good
translate
for
that
its
flavor translating to gum.
Yeah, I like black gum. Same kind of thing.
Sure.
Number 9, worst candy, good and plenty, which essentially is just black licorice. Same anise flavor.
That's just the bullshit version of the real thing.
They tried slipping it underneath a candy coating.
They try to make it look like a fucking Mike Ike, and that would help, but nah.
No. You're not Mike, you're not Ike, and you should essentially be in jail for manslaughter.
Get on your candy bike.
You're not Mike,
Right
you're
away.
not Ike. Get on your candy bike. Number 8, this one shocked me. Tootsie Rolls are the 8th worst candy.
What?
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm on board with that.
No.
Really?
Yeah, fuck it, Tootsie Roll.
I don't think they break the list in either direction.
No.
Like, they're not breaking my top 10. I'd like a Tootsie Roll.
Sure.
But they're not going in the top bottom.
I've never eaten one and been upset.
No.
They're just so bland and...
Okay, I have, but just that big one that you can't quite finish. That really big one. Might as well be a car.
The Tootsie Hoagie.
Yeah.
unhappy sized Tootsie Roll.
Number 7, Mary Janes. Do you remember those from
That sounds
childhood
familiar.
Halloween?
I don't remember that at all.
They got like a molassesy flavor. I always thought they were very good, but I think they're considered to be like an old people candy or something. And let's face it, candy's a game for the young. You know what I mean? There was a time when Werther's Originals would like get you so laid, but now
It wasn't recently.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know. In the nursing homes?
Oh, they're probably still, but I'm saying in the 50s, you pop one of those, lean against the
Yeah.
wall.
Grrr. Yeah.
Get done with that and pop some black licorice.
No.
Don't do that. That's like
Yeah.
some James Dean type shit.
How much black licorice do you want? How much do you got?
You're tearing me apart.
Number 6, wax Coke bottles, those are depressing.
garbage.
They're depressing.
It's wax.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get at that little bit of Coke in there? That doesn't. No.
Not even if it was
Frankly, quite bizarre.
the other kind of Coke would a person
No.
not be sad.
I'm
that
not
they
trying
were
to
doing
eat
it.
a bunch of wax to get the drugs.
And there you have it. We fit a PSA in. Amongst all this, the raunch, you got a heart too.
I do.
Don't eat a bunch of wax just to get to drugs, kids.
That's gonna be on my very bottom, but we'll see what's on the list.
Yeah,
It
me
seems.
too.
I mean, short of one that can kill you.
Someone was on Coke when they thought of that thing.
And now we're putting it on wax. How about
Yeah.
that? Number 5, Necco wafer.
Hmm.
I'm not. I get it.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Number 4, though, Smarties. Get the fuck out of here again.
Smarties are pretty cool.
I've
Smarties
eaten quite a lot of
rule.
Smarties.
Smarties are pretty good.
Smarties rule.
That was a younger man that ate those Smarties.
That's one that when you're buying the excessive amounts of Halloween candy for a party, there's a lot of Smarties in there.
They're gonna go
And
last.
They are because they sink to the bottom, and then all your taffies and whatnot, you get through them, and you got treasure trove of Smarties down
Well,
there.
for me, it's maybe kind of weird, but I think Smarties has a tactile aspect to it. The way they feel when you grab a couple,
Yeah.
and the wrapper just stays wrapped enough to where they're sitting there, and you can just
Yeah.
Just
Or you
feels
could
good.
pull 2 out and wrap that thing back up.
Yeah.
Got you some Smarties left
Take
for
it
later.
with you for your travels on the road.
Those will keep for a long time.
Yeah, you could get all the way out to California, find some work, and still have one fresh Smartie left.
Things
Yeah.
are looking up. I got one Smartie left.
I feel good about this, guys.
I got one Smartie and a job chopping tomatoes off the vine for 25 cents a day. And they got a nice.
And my
they got a
Reese's
nice
car
just-
made it all the way out here.
They got a nice, just little crunch to them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit of Smarties banned from many, many schools because kids been snorting. They've been snorting the Smarties.
Let them snort.
Man, kids will snort anything you put in front of them.
In my day, it was Pixie Sticks.
Yeah.
Never tried it because I saw a kid do it and then immediately have a nosebleed. And I was like, I'm just gonna eat the Pixie Sticks instead. That seems better.
It tastes a lot
in
better
every
that
way.
way.
No, man, it gets right to your bloodstream if you go right at it.
IQ of 300. Wait, I'm thinking Smarties still.
Yeah, Pixie Sticks aren't making you very smart,
Mm-mm.
especially if you snort them.
But they are making you very happy.
Maybe all powdered candies get snorted by kids eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fun dip.
You know, people are rolling out lines of Fun Dip.
yeah. Ooh.
Definitely. Chopping it up with the
Oh, I actually want to try snorting Fun Dip because it, you know, you put
Well,
your mouth
Jay,
in
I
it,
happen to
goes-
have some here.
Oh, I would do it. I would do it right now.
Oh, no.
You're thinking of Pop Rocks.
Pop Rocks.
That's
That
right.
would blow your
fucking up.
fucking
There's no
sinuses.
snorting a Pop Rock.
That would blow your sinuses up.
Watch me.
Okay.
All right, let's go to
Next
the ER.
episode.
Could be in the room next to the guy who ate too many licorice.
What are you here
That
for?
guy's not making it through the night. Number 3, the peanut butter kiss, which is like, what?
Again, neither here nor there.
No, it's just a Hershey kiss with a little bit of peanut butter on it. Is it that people were so like, stay in your lane, Hershey kiss, don't try and be a Reese's? And so they're voting that one out because
Yeah.
I feel that.
Plus the ratio is probably wrong. And you go putting that Hershey's chocolate on stuff. I don't know.
Number 2, the Circus Peanut belongs on the list.
Yeah.
I like Circus Peanuts a lot.
Okay.
A lot?
Yeah.
You just gonna sit and eat
Yeah.
a bag of those?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yep, I'm telling you, the mouthfeel is pretty good, to
Oh God.
be completely honest.
Yeah, I love the taste of a bad marshmallow.
Texture.
I hate the term mouthfeel so much. It does
As
have,
much as Circus Peanuts?
I think, more.
Neck
Circus
and neck.
Peanuts do have
I like
the
Circus
like artificial banana flavor,
And
which
also, by
is
the
a
way,
pretty okay thing.
I like that in a runt.
Sure.
candidate for perhaps the candy that smells the closest to sex.
Looks like a
be
ball. Looks like balls. Smells like balls.
Number 1 worst. Candy corn.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
most controversial
Yeah.
candy. I straight up love it. Again, like white chocolate. I don't give a fuck.
I just had
Delicious.
overexposure. You know, I had one of them candy corns as a kid. I'm like, yeah, this is all right. Then you eat about 50 of those,
Yeah.
and you're just
You're
like,
swimming
why
in it.
did I just wax myself?
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
you wait a year and you do that again.
Nah.
And then you wait a year because they're seasonal.
The only tolerable way to eat a candy corn is to eat the white part first, a little tiny bite. And you eat the orange part, a little tiny bite, and then the yellow part.
I don't like
And they
this
kinda
drawing
taste
it out
better.
stuff.
That's the only tolerable way.
I
That
think it might
you've
be-
made it pretentious.
Oh, I think it might not even be
We found the one candy he's
coordinated
pretentious
with the
about.
taste.
Oh, so far.
Oh, I
So
hate it.
far.
I believe there will be more.
The
Yo, I'm
seasonal
not
candy that I
pretentious.
like or used to like, they're disgusting now. The Peep.
Mm.
Le
Man,
Peep.
I think I can make it through 2/3 of one peep before I am done for 5 Easters.
I'm not trying to eat up a whole bunch of Peeps. The single serving Peep, you know?
There was, by the way, going back to Cool Hand Luke, there was a Malcolm in the Middle episode where Francis tried to eat 50 peeps a la,
Ugh.
and it was gross.
That's pretty good. I'd rather eat 50 eggs.
I think so too.
Hard boiled eggs. any day.
You know the whole thing where you put a peep in the microwave and it blows up?
Mm-hmm.
A long time ago I did that. And then I was drunk. And it was big and blown up. And I was so drunk. And I opened the microwave and I was like, watch guys. And I just put my hand into it.
Why?
Because it was big and puffy. And it was like...
Did you burn the shit out of your hand?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why you have this wooden hand now.
Yeah.
Peep hand.
Fuck peep stuff. They suck. They really do. Chocolate Bunny, the far superior Easter candy.
Mm.
Without a doubt.
Give me jelly beans straight up.
Yeah, I'll take a jelly bean over a chocolate bunny. All right, let's get into that list
Yeah,
of...
let's rush through this best list because we've already talked about all these basically. Number 10, Nerds. Number 9, Butterfinger.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, Straight Hershey Bar.
Yeah.
Number 7, Twix. Number 6, the Kit Kat. I'd drop that one down. I think it
Oh,
achieves
God.
that only because
Pretty
you can
good.
split it in
I
half.
love the Kit Kat.
It's great, but it's
Pretty
no
good.
Butterfingers or Nerds or...
It's definitely
Twix.
better than a Butterfinger.
Mm-mm.
Anyway.
Number 5, Sour Patch. Highest gummy on the list, which... It's kind of because it's like mainstream gummy, you know what I mean? Not to be all indie candy, but it's gonna be like straight gummy bear. But there's no
You
brand.
can't believe that. Haribo.
That wouldn't be my go-to gummy, but that is, I think, the only one that has name recognition.
Yeah.
And I think Haribo is also kind of considered to be for old people.
Wow.
I don't know.
I can't believe there's a straight gummy bear or gummy worms not on there.
Well, because that's all name brand.
Yeah.
Number 4, the Snicker.
Yeah.
Arguably the greatest candy bar.
Oh, it's so good.
Maybe Milky Way tops it.
What?
Maybe.
It's
Are
milk-
you fucking kidding?
Both of those
I
are
like
milk
I like
Milky
that.
Way is a turd.
No, it's got that great caramel that just like oozes into your mouth.
You put that over a Snickers.
I said maybe.
Your maybe offends me.
I maybe am sorry. What's top candy bar, Jay?
Butterfinger.
Pretty good. Bart Simpson liked it.
What a glowing review.
You said.
What a backhanded comment. The
Well,
idiot Bart Simpson.
I like Bart
likes it.
Simpson.
Bart Simpson wasn't an
Oh,
idiot.
okay.
He was just a troublemaker.
He was a doofus, but
He
a
played by his own rules.
Yeah.
Kind of like you.
That's true. Well, what's the one on the list? The top one on the list?
Well, top candy bar is the Snickers.
Oh.
Number 3, Skittles.
Yeah.
Number 2, M&M's. Weird. I get it.
I like M&M's.
I like them. I think
Yeah.
peanut M&M is definitely the reason it's that high on the list.
Me too.
Right?
Peanut M&M's way better. Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
It's the top tier
And
M&M.
then I've become a recent convert to the almond M&M. Very good. Very, very good.
Number 1, best top voted candy.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Absolutely. It was never going to be anything else.
You know what? That's kind of. I mean, that's a tough one between Butterfinger and Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. That's tough.
I'm more of the chocolate, sweets person.
Yeah.
And
I'm more of the gummy, fruity.
I do like them, but I got to go candy bar. It's in the name. And Snickers. Snickers, Reese's, interchangeable.
By any other name, would it taste as sweet?
They were called butt bars.
Sure, I'd still eat them.
So
Me too.
that's what people said they think is the worst and what they said they think is the best.
What do they buy?
But their wallets tell a different story. 10 most purchased candy of October 2021, at which point, by the way, $3 billion worth of American dollars were spent on candy. Number 10, candy corn. So what's everybody fucking talking about then?
Yeah.
Number 9, Tootsie Pop.
They're sold in bulk, no matter what, right?
They're good. They're really good. But
They're good.
come on.
Blow Pop's much better.
Number 8, Snickers. 7, Hershey Kiss. 6, Sour Patch. 5, Hot Tamale. I was pretty shocked by that one. But it's
That
nice
is
to
shocking.
see. It's nice to see cinnamon get a little play.
Cinnamon deserves a little bit of a nod, but
That's-
I don't know about
That's
that.
like
If I was Thanos
Fireball,
with the,
hot tamale.
with the Infinity Gauntlet and
Uh-huh,
stuff, instead
uh-huh.
of saving the universe by eliminating half the people, I'd eliminate cinnamon.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Jay. I like cinnamon a lot, but I like it even more when you talk about comic book stuff. So I'm not even gonna fight Thanos. I'm gonna let him do it.
I guess, but
I like
yeah,
comic
I
books.
like the comic book stuff too, but I just feel like that's a waste of an Infinity Gauntlet.
It definitely is. But I mean, if that's the worst thing he does with it,
Yeah.
hard to argue. They're not making an end game on that. Tony Stark's just gonna be like, yeah, okay. You can.
Also, tamales, they don't have any cinnamon.
No, but they're banana Laffy Taffy doesn't have banana in it. Laffy Taffy also nowhere represented here.
Yeah, taffy's a good candy.
Butterfinger doesn't have fingers in it. Sorry.
It looks like a finger.
I guess so.
Number 4, the Starburst. Again, should have been on the top 10 votes, but
Yeah.
Bulk sales, that's what I'm saying.
the
Bulk
ultimate taffy.
sales.
Okay, so a taffy made it.
Yeah.
It's a good candy. Again, I would
good.
not put it. That's surprising.
Number 3, M&M. Number 2, Skittles. Number 1, again, Reese's. It was always going to be.
peanut butter
You
cup.
can't beat it.
Yeah, they're sitting on top.
Try to beat it.
Try.
Top of the heap.
And there you have it. That's what the world thinks of candy, I guess.
They're wrong.
They're wrong. We're right.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Click, click, boom.
Hey, we're back.
Hey, Michael said we're back, and so we're back.
I thought me saying it was enough, but you have to let them know that me saying it is enough.
I was letting myself know that you saying that means that it's true.
Oh no, what is this? Some Michael files now?
Oh, I thought I thought I could emerge a little more in the third segment. Like I've been here for 2 segments, and now I can be a little bit more present and more of the show.
So,
And now I'm the third host of the show, right?
so it is the Michael files.
Uh-huh.
Well,
We're gonna have to get new mugs.
We're already having T-shirt problems.
Okay,
Now we gotta
we
deal
can
with
keep
this
it the Metafiles, and I just won't be on it ever again. That's fine.
Perfect.
I can make that concession. I just will never come on again.
you will never come on to the Michael files again.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
well,
is the end of the Michael Files. This is the first and last
So,
This is
episode.
this is the end. So, welcome back to segment 3 of the Michael Files. This is the final episode of the Michael Files.
first and last.
And we're going to talk about why candy.
Mm-hmm.
Candy? Why?
How come?
How come candy?
How about this? What would be sweet without candy?
Like a food? Fruits?
Dates? Fruits?
Is that a fruit?
Fruits,
Is date a fruit?
dates, going on a date can be sweet.
Oh, yeah. Meat cutes.
Meat cutes are very sweet.
Rom-coms.
Like when I dropped all my papers onto this table and you said, "Hey, are you doing a podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, do you want to be on it?"
Oh, well, I don't know.
Do you wanna,
I mean,
do you
I
wanna be
wasn't
do you
doing
wanna- would you
anything.
would you ever want to be a guest on a podcast? Is that something you'd even do?
It's the newest Woody Allen does a 2023 movie.
I was going to ask what
Cute podcast.
candy he eats, but we don't need to get into that.
Let's not. Let's not. We already are going to have to do. We have a segment 4 where we talk about how Michael Jackson feels about the topic.
Uh-huh.
We've never released any of them, but we record one every time. We're saving it for the Patreon, so we can do the Woody Allen part there too,
Okay.
because they're probably shopping at the same store.
I get what you're saying, man.
Because they both were living in Hollywood.
Fucking creeps. is what
Yeah, they went down to the same Harris Teeter or whatever.
There's great value chips, right? Like if you, you don't want to buy your name brand whatever.
If you're shopping at the local Walmart,
yes,
and you don't want to buy a Dorito,
yeah,
then
then
you
you're
can
getting
get the
great value Cool Ranch
yeah,
tortilla based chip.
tortilla based.
Tortilla based chiplets things.
Uh-huh.
Do they do this for candy? Could you get a
Oh yeah,
Mises Pieces?
Mises Pieces.
Oh no.
You didn't know inviting me on that I would
Go Jar Jar.
Yeah, I would go Jar Jar, but
I should have guessed.
It's in my tank.
Because you are the king of Ranch, and you are also Jar Jar Michael is your other...
That's my username.
Yep. Yeah.
So if you happen upon some raunchy stuff in the forum,
Yeah.
might be me.
Jar Jar, Gungan, a lot of Gungan Rule 34.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's hot stuff.
Anyways, why candy? And of course, I could give us some real reasons, but
Well, you just grab it
Mm-hmm.
and put it in your mouth, and it's just super fucking sweet.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
There's also like candy events, right? There are times where candy is the point.
yeah.
Halloween, Easter,
For me,
funerals.
For me, Easter fully is only about candy.
What is that?
Other people have to go and do some other stuff.
The
but-
bunny before the egg here? Are we getting, is it because those holidays are there? That's why all the candy is there?
Jay?
Or were they an excuse, the chicken and the egg, were they an excuse to have candy,
Valentine's Day.
And then they came up with the
I think Valentine's Day is a prime example where they invented all these Valentine Day candies. The heart, the kiss,
Yeah.
the
Can I just ask real quick, Jay?
edible underwear.
Do you think that rabbits come out of eggs?
Colored, beautiful blue and pastel yellow eggs, yeah.
Okay. Okay. We don't really have time. Edible underwear. Is that candy?
Well, it is.
Is that
I'm saying
what
that's
Marcy's Playground was?
that's what Valentine's Day is selling us.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
And
are
the
some
thing-
holidays that insist on the candy,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they exist. Somehow, candy got wrapped up in other ones, like Easter,
Yeah, and candy gets wrapped up
in a package.
so that people can't put a razor blade in it.
Yeah. Were you guys ever afraid of that? You're walking around your little baskets during Halloween. You're like,
No, of the
I
many,
want to get my old
many
mouth
things-
cut.
Of the many, many things I was scared of as a child, that was absolutely not ever one.
That never scared me either. I just was like
I was just so ready for candy.
free and never gave it a second
Yeah.
thought.
Didn't have time to be scared.
Yeah.
Arsenic razor blades, just get it in there.
Damn the torpedoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it when I'm done.
And nougat, if you wrap
We're-
nougat around a razor blade enough, it's going right down. You'll be fine.
Right.
Well, worst case scenario, you have emergency surgery. That's worth a candy corn.
And then
Maybe
you know what
the-
you probably get after the surgery? Lollipop.
So
Yeah.
the
Cashing
surgery's
in,
made.
double dare.
They give you
Because
those.
of
They
me.
give you those at the doctor, and they used to give them to you at the bank. You ever go into the bank with your mom or something, and they just give you a little like dum dum?
Up until as recently as a year ago, I think I grab a little dum dum out when I go into the bank.
Dum dums are pretty sweet.
Oh, it's the best lollipop, I would say. Because they
It's-
got
I
so
like-
many flavors, and sometimes they have the mystery flavor.
It's always nice until you get a root beer and you're like, I don't know about that.
I like the root beer.
I do too. I think root beer,
Whoop
root beer translates well to candy
Gil
for
boy.
me. In my opinion, root beer translates well to candy.
Gilboy.
I like the cream soda one.
Oh baby.
That's where it's at.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just to touch back, I feel like if you're going to ingest a razor blade during some like ravenous post-Halloween candy eating, what better delivery system for a razor blade? Can you think of one?
Then
Bread's just going to break up around it.
yeah,
The caramel and nougat's going to stick around it. It's going to go right down.
absolutely. It's
Maybe
gonna-
that's what the Sickos want, so it cuts up all your insides instead of your mouth.
I think maybe the Sickos just have too many razor blades around.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, because we've all been there.
They might.
What am I gonna do with all these?
What am I gonna do with all these razor blades? They might cut somebody. I better encase them in something soft or hard.
I better take the time out of my day, which I already am stressed out because I have so many razor blades. I'm going to take the time of my day
I'm
to
starting to
go out
forget
to the
shit.
nougat store,
Yeah.
buy it in bulk.
Which is how I bought the razor blades, was how I got into this trouble in the first place.
Damn it.
They stopped selling them in bulk.
If only you could trade razor blades for nougat, I wouldn't be in this pickle.
That's the nonprofit they should have started in the 80s when we were all afraid of this. The razor blade for candy exchange.
Absolutely.
Bring in all your razor blades. We'll
Give
give
the
you
Sickos
candy.
candy?
We'll give you candy to hand out.
You know what you can call it?
Hmm.
Like a la Toys for Tots.
Mm-hmm.
Blades for bonbons.
Oh, okay. I don't know who hands out bonbons on Halloween, but
I don't either. I don't know what a bonbon is, but I think it's a type of candy.
I don't know what Allah has to do with this.
Uh-oh.
why candy on?
Oh, you get the show.
Why candy on Halloween?
We get into trouble and then we say why the thing.
Well, no, the guy's like, oh, I'm glad it took care of that razor blade problem. Put them in all these soft candies. Oh, it's Halloween? Whoa. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, trick or treat. Yeah, I got some candy. Here you go.
I got one.
They just forget that they put the razor blades in it. Maybe that's what happened.
Is that also maybe part of it? Is trick or treat? And this guy's like, I got both. I got 2 for 1 here.
I think that's just a trick.
No, it's treat.
Well, it's
and
a
then
treat
a
at
trick.
first. That's true.
It's like being punked.
The treat and then the bloody entrails that ensue. No, you guys ever go out on a Halloween? Not to just stick with Halloween because harp on that one. But
Why candy? Because of Halloween.
pretty much.
I mean,
yeah, that's the big one.
More or less.
That's the big dollar.
Yeah.
The big dollar candy time.
Yeah, it existed in the world basically since recorded history, but Halloween's keeping it going.
Oh yeah. So you go out. You're a kid. You're a tot. You go out and you're like dressed up as Woody Harrelson or whatever it was. Kids dressed up as
Woody Harrelson, but in one of the roles where he's just like playing a cop.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Or
no.
in No Country for Old Men or something.
Hey, give me something good to eat.
Natural Born Killers. Woody Harrelson. You go out for Halloween. You're 12. You got your little it's one of the last years you can do this.
Yeah. And you're
Yeah,
like,
God damn it, I can't wait. I hope somebody gives me a full-size candy bar. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Then you roll up with your basket or whatever.
Yeah.
You got your Woody Harrelson little shades on, and somebody gives you a goddamn apple.
And you say, I haven't had key lime pie since I was a totally different person.
Oh, Woody Harrelson, here you go. Here's an apple.
Somebody gives you a fucking apple. You ever had that happen?
I absolutely have not. And
That
the person who
is
gives you out an apple is
a scam.
begging for your parents to call the cops on them. Because that is the most razor-bladed
I thought you could
thing.
fit so many razor blades in
So
one
many.
apple.
An apple is mostly razor blades.
Well, I was about to say,
most of the time.
give me Butterfingers with a razor blade in instead of a fucking apple.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, give me the candy with the razor blade before you give me an apple with no razor blade.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll take my chances.
I'll eat around it.
The seeds are poisonous anyways. Give me a break.
Yeah, that always bummed me the fuck out. It's like
That's terrible. I can't believe that actually happened to you in real life.
apples and oranges. And then people would put
Oranges?
those in... Yeah, people would also put those in Christmas stockings. Come on.
Yeah. I mean...
Cut your feet all up.
That's pretty bad.
I'll choose when I eat an apple. Don't tell me Christmas.
Don't tell me Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho.
Okay, why Halloween? You get all the kids involved.
Sure.
It's festive.
Mm-hmm.
Easter.
Ooh.
It's like we got another one on our hand.
The mayor of the town I grew up in legitimately tried to cancel Halloween one year. As though he
Religious
was
stuff, or
I don't even know. I was too young to know why, but I remember going to a meeting with my parents. And all of the parents brought their kids to be like,
look at these
really?
fucking kids.
You supervillain? What are you doing?
Right. And then all the kids filibustered.
Oh, yeah.
We just talked about Malcolm in the Middle and X-Men until they didn't do anything.
That's why I still talk about those things to this day. But you were going to say something about Easter.
Yeah, okay, so I just feel like they were like, Halloween, that worked. They got the candy in there, the kids are happy.
What else can we do to shut these little monsters up?
How do we get them to care about, another...
Jesus.
Like, we got the pagan one, let's get the Christian one.
These Ziploc bags aren't doing enough. We need,
We're out of Cheerios here.
We're running out of eggs. The farmers, they invented Easter candy.
Yeah.
Like, can't deal. We can't deal with this demand
These
of eggs.
kids are eating all our eggs raw, and you can't put a razor blade in an egg. It gets everywhere.
That'd be funny to give kids omelets on Halloween.
Okay, open your bag.
And all these eggs.
Wait for the chives.
Trying to get ready for Easter, but yeah, you imagine the Easter without the candy. You just got hard-boiled eggs that are colorful. It's like, oh, a treat, and then you just eat an egg.
It's not a holiday, it's a chore.
That actually might be what people used to do. I don't know this for sure, but I think it was. You'd go find the dyed egg, and then you have to go.
Right. It's like, let's get all these kids protein so they're ready to raise these barns in a couple years.
And that's why we do not have barns anymore.
Too much candy.
Too much candy.
After you eat a whole mess of candy like you did last Halloween,
I didn't.
You didn't feel like raising a barn.
I haven't raised a barn all year. And boy, so sometimes in the why segment we determine if a thing goes in the drawer, which means that both of us agree and we both have to turn our keys. And I say you get an honorary key. We all three would have to turn our keys to say this thing should just be obliterated from existence. There is no why. It shouldn't exist. And candy is one I never ever even thought would come close to the drawer. But where are all the barns? I'm just saying, we're hitting both sides of the issue here. Michael Files is fair and balanced.
Here's what's going on in the market. Okay, Candy prices are soaring. Reclaimed barn wood is also going up because all them barns are eggs are still kind of whatever in the middle.
Eggs are down. Sell.
You think they're down?
Eggs are down.
Sell.
This is official recommendation.
Sell your eggs right now.
Sell eggs now.
Egg coin, not a chance.
Egg coin.
Hey,
it's a ding free, man.
You just got a
Right on, man. Right on. I feel like I've actually been on the podcast now.
Yeah, and you know enough to know those have to be earned.
So
Not
proud.
superfluous. It's not.
No,
Yeah.
I stay awake at night sometimes, being like, I didn't get one for that thing I said.
All right, here's a question.
Yes.
You're living your life. You're so far from Halloween. You're even further from Easter.
Where am I in the year?
You're in the summer somewhere.
Okay.
And what is appropriate for you? What event happens in your life? You're like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself to some motherfucking candy.
Yeah.
It's candy time. But those holidays haven't come. So what's a candy appropriate celebration?
Movies.
Oh yeah.
Going to the movies.
Yeah.
Not even for me. Give me the popcorn and the soda.
No candy.
No candy. Yeah,
Big popcorn fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go less on the popcorn. Give me the candy.
Yeah, I mean, popcorn maybe is its own separate episode, but
Well, I can't. In answer to your question, I can't think of any such occasion. I eat candy if it appears within arm's reach. I'll eat candy.
You're not like, I've had a good
it.
Friday. I'm gonna get some candy.
No, that's
well,
when I
Good
get
Friday
some
is
beer.
Easter. So
Oh,
that's how.
too close. Yeah, it's we're trying to get away from that.
Yeah, we're as far away from both of those things as
right.
possible.
It's like July or something.
It's July 5th.
Sure.
If a candy is within arm's reach,
Can we settle on
but
a
you
date?
literally would not step.
July 5th.
Okay.
It's July 5th. Candy is
Are we
just in.
certain that's furthest away from all
Yeah,
candy
sure.
holidays? Okay.
We'll fix it in post.
What's
July,
July.
yeah, or also 5th.
It's
5th.
probably not even in fucking July, anyways.
It's July 5th,
All right.
or whenever you want it to be.
I think
And you're sitting
In my mind,
you're sitting
I
somewhere
have a date
because
in mind, and I can tell everybody.
it's whenever you want it to be, and you're sitting
somewhere.
If you
And
ever give Jay a hypothetical, you
Yeah.
have to make sure he knows he's sitting down, or he won't. play.
you're looking around and there isn't any candy around you. Is
So-
there nothing that makes you want to go get some candy for yourself?
World War
can't
III has
remem-
broken out. You're sitting.
You are sitting. It's July 5th.
Well, I'm probably gonna crank one out.
Because
I'm probably gonna
people
get
got
my hands on some booze.
Yeah.
And some other drugs.
Yeah, adult candies.
Maybe search my apartment complex for some adult candy. That's so creepy.
That's really creepy.
World War III. Would you be maximum creepy in World War III?
I think
I was joking.
no, not maximum creepy. You probably I would go like
so
I would
terrible.
stock up on some candy.
I'm sorry.
I'd have some candy. I gotta say.
If it was World War III.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not trying to run out of candy.
that is the last thing that you should be foraging for, though, because it doesn't go bad.
Well, but here's the thing: is you have to go get it because if you don't have any,
Everybody
then it
else is
can't go
gonna-
bad.
Yeah, and it's gonna be sitting in the back of their Mad Max chocolate van.
Right.
Has anybody? This is going back slightly, but has anybody ever? Not any of us, but just anybody in the world, ever bought edible underwear, put it on themselves, taken it back off, and eaten it?
No.
Wait, you're saying anywhere in the world?
Yeah.
Oh
Which
yeah.
means
Probably
yes.
tonight. Yeah.
Probably
It's happening
tonight.
right
Right now.
now.
Probably watching this.
As you're watching this, it's happening right now.
No,
Yeah.
probably
It's-
somebody watching this.
Somebody's like checking the fit.
You're
then checking
squirming
the
out of
taste.
them. Yeah.
Oh, one of our viewers is doing
Yeah.
it?
You're like watching. It's on your laptop. You're squirming out of your little edible underwears,
And you're like,
and you're
they're talking about me right now.
That's a good
yeah.
idea.
This is our like biggest fan. After the fact.
It's the biggest fan of the Michael Files.
Yeah. Whether they're the biggest fan right after they hear this part. But before then, they're just like, "This is a funny podcast," and then they're like,
Yeah.
"This is my favoriteest podcast."
I didn't even know how relevant it was to me.
Maybe they'll mention eating underwear in the next episode.
I'm gonna go ahead and click subscribe like they asked me to.
Anything for a fucking subscription.
Anything, hey.
Anything for a view.
No, I-
hey,
I
we
can't-
we may someday sell edible T-shirts, so just go ahead and buy all our T-shirts and check them.
That's
Check them.
good.
You never know.
Try to eat them.
You never know.
I get the concept of the edible underwear. It's like you're like you're in there, you're doing it,
Sure.
but to go and actually
Get all
purchase
mealy
them
mouth though.
seems very specific. It seems like you've wanted this for a long time. It's been a thing that is maybe a dream of yours. And
Yeah.
now you finally have a reason. You have a willing, either a willing participant or a lull in your life, and then you go and buy. You go and put down money or with your card
Yeah.
online. Purchase this thing.
I'm gonna go
What
with
am I
the
missing in life?
I'm gonna
What's
go
up?
with the J level of interest in a thing. If it was within arm's reach of me to have an experience with somebody I wanted to have the experience with, and that was involved, sure.
They just come over to your house. They're ready to go for it.
It's within
and
arm's reach.
they open their suitcase because they have that.
Sure.
And
well,
they
that's something that I demand.
Hold on one moment.
They pop that fucker open,
Uh-huh.
and there's like a tasteful
Sure.
licorice,
Yeah, it's not black.
red licorice.
I am not trying.
Not trying to end up in the ER. It's a red licorice thong.
Certainly, yes.
It's
Certainly,
got to be a thong.
Certainly, I'm playing along, but I will say
Too much otherwise. You can't eat a whole like granny panty licorice.
Yeah.
But I will
String
say,
thong feel.
I consider it very hack, and I do think it's for people who are like, I'm trying to spice things up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's hack.
What if it's Twizzlers?
Oh, then, yeah.
So you're picturing like a middle-aged couple with 3 kids. They haven't had sex in a month.
They're both very hungry.
Very hungry.
I got some.
I skipped dinner for this.
I skipped dinner.
You think we could try the fried chicken underwear first?
No, the vegan
I got some
underwear.
of that gravy lube that they talked
Okay,
about on.
okay.
Lordy. Kentucky Fried Candy.
Mm.
Okay.
Ooh, what do you think of a savory candy?
A savory candy. Could it be done?
It exists.
I mean, you could argue that the chocolate-covered peanut is sort of that.
It's playing around. Is a Twinkie candy?
No.
It's a pastry.
Yeah. If you like,
Deep fried? Still kind of sweet,
like,
right?
further away from candy.
No, I'm saying deep fried Snickers.
Oh, that's
Nah.
no. I think it stops being candy.
Yeah. Savory
What
candy.
if you deep fried a jelly bean? Is that still candy?
I mean, the frying is what
Still candy.
eliminates the candy part, is what you're
I
saying,
don't
right?
think so.
Yeah, but I'm testing the
I think
limits of
deep
that
frying
theory.
doesn't introduce candy characteristics, which you were suggesting, which is
I mean, okay, take for instance
Pure
a funnel cake.
insanity.
That's sweet.
yeah.
So if you're frying a candy, you're trying to get that funnel cake shit around it,
Yeah.
more or less.
Mhm.
But that's not really savory.
I think you're removing its essential candiness,
Yeah.
which is
And
that
it's not really savory.
Oh,
No.
It's not
So,
like you're
okay.
bread frying a
I'll die on this
Twinkie
hill.
or
Could you have
Not true. No.
a candy coated beef jerky? Is that candy?
No. I don't think so.
Chocolate coated beef jerky, not
I
candy.
don't think so.
and it doesn't qualify as the hybrid savory candy.
I would
Well, you
maybe
know,
say that it does,
I was talking out of my ass.
and I would eat them.
I was talking about it out of my ass earlier. There's not a savory candy. I don't think so.
Candy coated ants / chocolate covered ants.
Candy. Yeah, that's candy.
I think that's candy.
All right, we found one. I don't know how savory it is when you're eating them ants, but
I don't think I would consider eating bugs to be savory. I don't know, though.
Sure.
That's a good question. Has anybody ever eaten a bug? I actually did eat a lollipop that had a scorpion in the middle of it once.
and you just ate that scorpion up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That was like the Tootsie Pop center of the thing that you were trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
It was gross only because the scorpion tasted like a bad watermelon thing.
I have had chocolate covered ants.
But was it candy? When you were eating it, did you feel like you were
Yeah, it's
having
candy.
candy?
Yeah.
All right.
What makes candy candy?
Yeah, take us home, Jay.
Sugar content.
Yes.
Pure sugar content. Mean sugar content.
I may also add, it has to exist in an individual state.
Yeah,
Even if that
True.
unit is one candy bar.
but that could be like
A s-
confectionaries like Little Debbie's and shit, though. Right?
no.
Right, but I mean that's an overlap. But I mean I see what you're saying.
Fuck it, I'm putting it in the drawer.
Well, no, you're right. Well, no. What about No, I was gonna say Reese's peanut butter cup, but they got their own little.
That is
fucking
one.
wrappers.
It's one unit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know, man. This is a lot to think about right now.
It's a lot. It's I think it might be too much for this humble trio.
Mm-hmm. Do we put it in the drawer or do we put
No.
it in our drawers? You know, the candy underwear.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, candy goes in the drawers.
Somebody's wearing that around all day and they're getting all sticky and squishy.
Oh God, no, they're
Yeah,
not.
somebody does
Somebody is.
Yeah,
The answer
somebody.
The answer to any.
Who knows? Crazy people.
These are not my personal experiences.
The answer to any question where you're like, has anybody in the world ever ... It is always yes.
Yes,
'cause
yes.
There's everybody out there's fucking weirdos.
They're just bored.
Yeah. That'd be a weirder reason to do it, though. It's like, I'm bored. I'm going to put these on and ride the subway. And then eat them later. God.
That's hell. If somebody made me then eat that person's drawers.
Oh, the other one that they had been wearing?
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's like Saw.
that's so dark.
That's Saw level.
It's really...
In order to, you want to play a game? No, not really.
No.
For years. For
I
years, you wore normal underwear, unedible underwear.
thought that you would want to play the game, but I guess never mind.
You don't.
So
Well, for years-
I'll call you a lift, and sorry.
We'll call this whole thing off.
Yeah,
For
sorry.
years, you ate less edible underwear. If you could just eat your cotton underwear.
Yeah, any underwear is
Any underwear.
Any underwear.
And
is
again,
technically
of course, there's somewhere out there, somewhere out there, somebody is doing this exact thing, eating their cotton underwear.
Yeah.
Candy, guys.
Yeah. Do we need one nice final button on candy before we go to the plugs? Or
Okay.
is it only gonna get worse?
No, I got one more thing.
Okay.
Candy that's like not that's meant to be the facsimile of a thing that isn't candy. Candy cigarettes and candy necklaces.
Coke bottles.
Coke, but that one just.
Bottle caps.
Oh,
Do you ever get into the novelty of that?
Um,
Candy watch. You just like eat it off your wrist.
hey, what time is it?
I'm never
People
psyched.
get freaked out on the bus.
I'm never psyched that I'm eating a bunch of candy and then there's a string in the middle of it. I am absolutely never happy that that's the case. No.
Even if you get to wear it around for a while.
No, because I'm not going to do that.
Look at me. I'm Queen of Candy Mountain.
I can do that without wearing anything.
Yeah.
I can say that.
You have a good imagination.
Well, if I say that, who's going to argue with me?
That's true.
The bubblegum chew, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That
were you
was kinda-
pretending it's
that was kind of
tobacco?
fun. That was kind of fun.
They were just preparing us all for, like...
You know what's a good one?
Mm.
The ring pop.
Ooh.
Because
Yeah.
that is just a good delivery system for a lollipop.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful with that. You like put it down on the couch, or you like bug flies into it.
I mean, anytime you're having a lollipop, you should be being careful.
By the way,
Be careful with your lollipops.
I just came up with a way for us to beat every lawsuit. Came with $1 billion idea.
Okay.
So the corn on the cob when you're eating it, you get those little pokers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you twirl it in the butter. Have that for a Snickers bar.
Oh,
You don't twirl it in nothing though.
Sure, anything you want, but
powdered sugar.
other Snickers bars.
Butter.
Oh.
Melted other Snickers bars.
But isn't that a cool idea? I mean, come on.
That's
That's
great.
That's
great.
But then they're also edible somehow.
Yeah, like Fun Dip.
Yeah.
They're made out of whatever the Fun Dip stick is made out of.
Here's what you do if you're at home and
Yeah.
you don't have access to one of Jay's patented skewers. Is you sharpen one of them candy cigarettes into a little spear. Use 2 of those. Put those in the end of a Snickers. You got yourself a homemade. You got a name for this thing?
I've been trying to think
the
of one this whole time.
Snick skewer.
Snick sticks.
Snick sticks.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody still has any of those candy cigarettes around, they also are banned.
Mhm.
Thanks, Obama.
How about not
Probably go
Butterfingers?
ban 'em.
How about what?
How about not Butterfingers, but
Butter, don't use your fingers.
Ooh, perfect. Butter, don't use your fingers, and they're specifically marketed for Butterfingers.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Snicker sticks, Snick sticks.
Wow.
Not your butter, don't use your fingers.
Mhm.
Milky, way to hold them.
Smarty way to hold it. Wait, that wouldn't work. Yeah.
Kit Vats.
3 Musketeers that hold candy bars with clean hands.
It's a little long,
Could
but I
fit
like
that
it.
on a wrapper,
Yeah.
maybe. But yeah, anyways, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we've done it.
Anyways, wow.
Anyways, wowzer.
We didn't turn our keys for the drawer.
Nah. I don't know. It's going nowhere near the drawer. I was just messing around.
Okay.
Candy's not going in the drawer. Would you ever even consider doing that?
No, even I.
And I know you wouldn't. And I know I wouldn't. I don't know that there's anything that has been so safe from the drawer in the entire run of this podcast. And that's what we're on episode 10. And moving forward, we're going to do things that are so non-controversial, but we're going to somehow bring a lot of sexual content into them.
Just be sure to bring up Woody Allen and
Definitely perfect. So all that's left to do is say some plugs.
okay. Plug my podcast. It's called Michael Files.
No.
And that's what this podcast is now. So tune into that next week, episode 11. We're just going to retrofit the other 9 or whatever we need to do branding wise.
Yeah, just talk about dicks and them a lot more.
Yeah. Instead of Leia Playas, it's going to be I Got Laid Playa. Right? Does that work?
It's a pretty cool title, honestly.
Not that different.
But for reals, though, I have a podcast that is called Go Team Video, and it is a movie review podcast that I do with my collaborators Abigail Johnson and Daly Singleton. We're a video production collective, and then we watch movies and talk about them.
Do you want to mention some of the movies you've done recently over the course of it that you feel like are good ones for people to check out? Or
Yeah, we
it's
did
a podcast people can absolutely just drop in and out.
Yeah, it's not. You don't have to follow any sort of sequence. We did Moon most recently, Duncan Jones movie with Sam Rockwell. You were on an episode. We talked about Guardians of the Galaxy, which was really fun.
Yeah, and hey, guess what? We talked a little bit about this podcast on that podcast. So for the real heads.
So yeah, pop over there. I'll mention this podcast on that podcast,
and you're mentioning that you're going to mention it on that podcast
yes.
on this
How
podcast.
meta could we get?
It's truly meta Michael Files.
Yeah, go over to Instagram and find at ampm.video and or at GoTeamVideo. And you can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/ampmvideo or GoTeamVideo, sorry.
And they also all go up on a YouTube account, right?
Yeah, just search AMPM Video or GoTeamVideo, and you can watch the archived videos of the podcast. We both do a video podcast, which is cool.
It's very cool.
Super cool. Yeah. That's it. That's all I want to plug.
All right. Well,
Hell yeah.
yeah. I guess thanks for being here.
I guess you're welcome.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess this was fun.
I guess.
Anyways.
Yeah. Hey, this is the part of the sign off that I say.
This is a part of the sign off that I say.
And this is the part of the sign off that I say.
Hey, this is Zac Caffrey,
This is Jason Ford.
and we're the hosts of Metaphiles, the podcast that you just finished watching and technically are still watching. And while you're here, if you could, just go ahead and like this episode, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you're so inclined. Maybe the comment could be about, and then it'll say whatever the topic was that week. So this, say that.
Metaphiles.